Okay. Alrighty then, there's Galen. We will get started. Let me hit share here and we'll pull up the slideshow for everyone.
Patty, that icon that's my screen that I have for the Zoom screen. That's not Galen trying to come in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
Let me hit share. All right. Can everybody see the PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay.
And then
Just to
Patty, you want to
introduce-
do the slideshow? It went back
all right,
to
it reverted back. Okay. Resume slideshow. Okay. Got it? Is that it? Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're good. You're good
Okay,
now,
I'm good.
Patty.
All right. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to the District 14C Secretary Training, Club Administrator Training. Most of it tonight focuses on the Secretary Training, but it'll touch on sub jobs as Club Administrator also. I'm Patty Wurzbacher, First Vice District Governor-elect now for District 14C. And this is my email address if anybody needs to reach me, and my cell phone number if you have any questions about anything we discussed tonight or about anything related to secretary issues or the portal. Dennis is also a very excellent one to contact for anything on the portal. And there's also training. If you go to the YouTube and do a search for District 14C trainings, you can watch the recordings for the portal training. And that'll help you too. This will be on that president training, anything you need to know. It's a good place to go. So if you need me, I do answer my phone. I do answer emails. So I will get back to anyone. Does everyone have that? Okay.
Yes.
And some of the subjects we're going to cover tonight are secretary's responsibilities, meeting duties, meeting minutes, files. The new portal we'll touch on briefly. I don't know how many people are very familiar with that, but we'll touch on that briefly. Membership reports, service reporting, and the roster for the club. This next screen here is just some resources which are invaluable for looking up descriptions for secretary training. If you go to the Lions portal and go under Learn, you can get to the Lions Learning Center. There's all kinds of videos and stuff on there that'll pertain to secretary and secretary training, other questions you have. You can find all of it there. The club secretary ebook, you can find at lionsclubs.org. I got that. Let's see, I've been secretary for our club for 6 years. I was cabinet secretary for 3 years. My first year as club secretary, PDG Carrie McKnight said, here, you need this ebook, look at it. Well, it was probably 40, 50, 60 pages long, but I printed it off. I have it. If I have any questions, I still go back to that sometimes to look stuff up. It is a valuable source if you can't find an answer from, another club member or a past secretary. Lions University is another option for resources. That's under lionsuniversity.org. They have a lot of videos in there, a lot of training sessions in there too, so as well as the YouTube. As I mentioned, you can just, when you go to YouTube, do a search for District 14C training, and it'll bring up all of our recorded videos. That's what the club secretary ebook looks like. That's the front of it. You can find that, the address I gave you. Now, this is what we'll be discussing tonight in more detail. The 6 primary responsibilities of being a Lions Club secretary. You are to organize the club and the board meetings. It doesn't mean you have to totally organize them yourself. You do that in combination with the president and the vice president and the treasurer. It's not like you totally organizing everything. You do have help. You are required to attend all club and board meetings, mainly because you are the secretary. You need to record the minutes. If you cannot be at a meeting and cannot take minutes, you should find someone else to take the minutes for you. That can be either the previous secretaries. In our club, we're very lucky. Somebody just asks and says, hey, who wants to do the minutes? And somebody will jump in. But you will need somebody there to fill your spot. This is where we talk about prepare agenda for and record minutes at every meeting. I will touch on that more later in the next slides. Your other responsibility is to keep the club records and receive all correspondence that comes into the club. That'll either come to your Lions address, it'll come to your email address, it'll come to your post office box if you have one. It'll either come to you or the treasurer, but you need to keep it all. We'll discuss that more later too. You need to complete and file all club reports and be an active member of the District Governor Advisory Committee. The District Governor Advisory Committee is led by your zone chair of your zone, the presidents and secretaries. It's not required, but it's highly recommended that you attend those meetings. There's 3 of them a year, plus there should be 4, but our last one during the year is sort of a party. It's a celebration. It's a wrap up. But that's where you learn what's going on in the district and what you need to take back to your club for service projects and such. And then next, you also act as a liaison between the club and the district. You are the communication hub for your club. You're responsible, as I said before, for all reports for being filed, membership reporting, service activity reporting, the minutes of the meetings, and you are to keep all members informed. We will expand on all that too. Membership reporting is a whole lot easier now. It's not done monthly. It's done in the portal. And if you don't already are on the portal, you can just do a Google for Lions portal and you set up a username. And if you put your email address in there, which is your username, it has to be the email address that's registered with your club and registered with LCI. So you can just check with your club to see which one that you use for that, because that's the only way they recognize you. It has to be the exact one. If you have trouble setting up the portal, signing in, ask one of your other members, they can help you. And customer support on the portal is very good at getting people in. So you can just ask them also. Service activities will be reported in the portal also. And you are to keep all members informed. You are also to attend all club and board of directors meetings. I know our club does the club meeting and the board of director meeting on the same night. There's a lot of clubs, they have a club meeting one night, have the board of director meeting on another night, but you need to attend those to take the minutes to record them. It's important to record all that. Help the club president compile all agendas. That's where we talked about before, Patty, but we'll get into more of that because some of them, the president totally do them. Others, I've known in the past, the president didn't do it at all. I did them. But, you know, you'll have to work that out with your club president. Some of them like to do it themselves. Some secretaries usually do want their finger on the pulse of what's going on in the club to add stuff. Go, this event's coming up, that event's coming up. We need to put this on the agenda. We need to discuss this. Once again, record all meeting minutes. Receive and respond to all club correspondence promptly and professionally. Complete and file all reports to LCI. Work with the club treasurer to make sure the IRS 990 is filed electronically by November 15th. I know many clubs, the secretary and the treasurer is the same person. Some clubs has a secretary and a treasurer. So that may be different. I know our club, the treasurer takes care of all of that stuff, but others, the secretary needs to assist with that. And when you're done, transfer all your records to your successor. They need to have all of that. Other things that are important, you need to attend your zone meetings, as I mentioned, because that's where you'll learn what's going on in the district, what you need to take back to your club, what's meetings are coming up, conventions are coming up, what district projects are coming up. Your club needs to know. A lot of times I know in our club, our zone chair reports it to them, but the secretary can report at the meeting what's going on. And once again, work with your club treasurer to issue semi-annual due statements. Once again, in our club, we have a treasurer that does all of that. Those statements are found in the portal. So you will have to have access to the portal. I know in some other clubs, the secretary takes and makes sure those invoices and statements are out. They take and collect the dues at the meeting. They fill out the receipts. Our club is different. You're just going to have to do what your club is used to doing. Submit new
Patty?
member. Yes.
Just a quick reminder there while you're on the dues that make sure your treasurer realizes, or whoever's sending those out, that the dues do go up by $2. It's $25 for every 6 months this year.
Okay. All righty. Thanks. And then when you submit new member information to LCI, that is also done through the portal. That's why it's important you need a username and a password to get into the portal. We'll get it more into that later, but if you go to the portal training, they can show you. I know for our club, our secretaries, I've done it. I showed Denise how to do it. Hopefully your past secretary can take and show you how to do that. If not, I can help. Dennis can help. We're all here. We're available. We know how to do that. We can help you get in there and take care of it. Work with the club master to ensure the club's website is maintained and current. Once again, with our club, we're very lucky because it's me and somebody else. We have marketing people, so they totally do our web page. We totally do the Facebook page. But if not, there's many other clubs. It's the secretary who's maintaining that Facebook page. She's the one maintaining the web page, making sure it's up and accurate. Just once in a while, just go in and say, hey, you know what? We've got new stuff going on. I've looked at your page and it's 3 years old. You guys might want to update it. Because I remember our old page, it was pretty dated till we updated it. So that needs to be kept up too. I do realize we have a new club page. Many people will Google Lions clubs, no matter what area you're in, and they will look at your club web page and they will comment, say, hey, you guys haven't updated this. If you want to get new members or get people looking at your page, you want it updated, you want current stuff. We have a lot of pictures, a lot of activities, a lot of recent stuff just to keep people engaged on our page. Order club supplies and awards online. You do this. I know our treasurer has also ordered awards and supplies, but the secretary can also order awards and supplies. They will let you know when they made a donation to an organization and say, hey, we're eligible for an award. Can you go into LCI? Once again, the portal, can you order? Not the portal, the LCI, you can take and order all the awards that need to be ordered. But your past secretary should be able to help you with that too, but we can show you that also. Club officers for the next Lions year to be submitted no later than May 15th, but definitely by June 20th, because our Lions year ends on June 30th. So they need them in there at least by June 20th. I know we have our elections, I think first week of April, we put them in right away. That way they're done and you don't forget them. Now you need to provide advance notice of meetings to your members via email. It's suggested you give them the date, the time, the place, send the agenda to them, send the minutes of the previous meeting to them, send a copy of the treasurer's report when you get it from the treasurer so that they have it, so they're prepared. I used to send out a notice probably a week ahead of time. Some people send it out that morning. It's whatever's going to work for your club. I like to have a few days notice, but it's whatever's going to work for your club and whatever they're used to doing. And you do have to, I know in our club, there are a bunch of people that don't read emails and they will tell you, I do not read emails. So Denise and I have a list and we will send them a quick text and just say, hey, remember there's a meeting coming up. That way they remember and they know. Here we are again. Help the club president create the meeting agenda. Like I said, president, it's really their responsibility to do it, but don't be surprised if they look at you and go, hey, I don't know what's coming up. I don't have a clue. Can you do the agenda for me? I started when I did the agendas, just using the past agendas from the past meetings and the past presidents. It made it a whole lot easier. I know our club, we have a binder now, which has worked great. We've got every single month. We have all of our papers in there for that month, what projects are coming up, what service projects, what fundraisers, what needs to be done, what needs to be done the month before, the month later. And we have every single agenda in there so that we know what's coming up that month, what we need to do. That's a big, huge help. It's a guide. It'll keep you on track. Forward all correspondence.
Patty, just
Yep.
another quick, if you want more background just on creating the agendas or whatever, you're free to sign up for the president's seminar later this month, the last Wednesday of the month. I think it's the
28th. Yep.
28th.
Okay.
Because we'll go over that in that meeting.
Okay. All right. Next, we have forward correspondence to the appropriate chairperson. Our club is probably different than every other club. We sort of have chair people for our little groups, but I know there are some clubs, their very first meeting, they pass out a piece of paper and go, here, you need to sign up. You need to chair a committee. You need to do this. And they do have separate meetings for all of those committees. And I know their secretary attends all of those committee chairs. Don't really think that's really important or not. If you have a good chairperson, they could take the notes. They could report that back to the club. They can take all of that. It's just, if something comes in that pertains to a fundraiser they're doing or a project they're doing, just make sure they get that paperwork or they know what's going on. And then need to take attendance. When you take attendance, it's important. I know on the minutes, just to write at the top, usually we'll write like attendance 20 or 25 or 18, but on the board of director meeting, we will write the first name and the last name. It's important to have the complete name. If you have any guests, get the title of the guest, get their name, list the visitors, list that. You may just want to keep it in your written minutes, but I do know we put the complete name on our board of director minutes. We don't put it on our regular business meeting minutes. Attendance is also important because if you note how many people you have coming in, you need to have a quorum, at least 2/3 of the people there, so that you can have a vote and pass a motion. You need a 2/3 majority. And once again, collect dues and provide receipts. I know our club doesn't, other clubs do. You can work with the treasurer to do that. Gather information once again from your committee chairs. We don't have chairs. We just let our chairs report during the meeting, but there are several that have their meetings. And if they have a write-up, just get that information from them so that the president can pass it on or have them report. New member kits available. I know I learned I carry new member kits with me all the time. They can be ordered through, geez, where do I go? I think it's the Lions. Help me here, Dennis. Is lions.org or Lions Club?
Lionsclubs.org.
Yeah, lionsclub.org.
Or
You can
from the
go.
Lion portal, you could click on shop.
Oh, okay.
Store.
That's where it was. In the portal, just click on shop and you can order member kits. I ordered them probably in July or August. I order about 10 only because we've been very lucky. We've gotten 7 to 8 new members a year the last 3 years. So we're doing very well. But I order them. They're free to the clubs. They don't cost anything. You can have them sent to your home address. That way you have them. I didn't put it on here, but I will make a note. If you want, if everybody can get their email, I will send you a email link to order the new member certificates and the sponsorship certificates. You can get those also for free, but I have a direct email for that. Because they do not come in the kits. They have to be ordered separate. Just give them your name, what club you're in, and how many you need. Then you can get those, but I'll make sure you get that email because that's a direct link to them. I carry the kits everywhere. I carry them to every single meeting. I have a other packet of paper that I've put together with our flyer in it, our business card in it. We put all of our activities for the whole entire calendar year on a sheet of paper in a file. I've also put all of our donations for the whole year because we've donated over $80,000 last couple of years to organizations. People do like to see that. People like to know what we've done. People like to know what service projects we have done. So I have packets. I've been accused of, yes, carrying them everywhere. I took them to pickleball with me and we're getting another new member. So it does make a difference if you carry the kit with you. And I had the applications with me and I gave it to her and she's filling it out and bringing it next week. So it does help to keep those on hand. Never know when you're going to talk to somebody and they go, hey, do you have any information? You don't necessarily need the member kit, but I have that packet of information, so I give it to them. I've taken it to our service projects. I've taken it to our fundraisers. So I just have it with me or it's in the car, so I always have it. Oh, did it go backwards? No. Okay, we already said record the type of the meeting. I have the type of the meeting here because we do both of ours in the same night. The first part of the meeting is your regular business meeting, and the other one is your board of director meeting. I know for the 6 years that I was secretary, I separated those minutes. I kept the business minutes one part. I kept the board of director minutes was another section. Because we have a foundation, we kept those minutes separate also. I know the secretary this year is just putting it all on. She's just putting it all on one paper, which is fine. As long as it's documented, we have it, it's there. Once again, when you start the minutes, you should put the first and last name of the person presiding, the time the meeting was called to order, and the time the meeting was adjourned. That's all important. We need that document. It is an official record. All motions should have the first and last name of the movers. Whoever made the motion, make sure you have the first and last name. I know our club, sometimes they put Bob W. and Bob D. We have two Bobs, we have two Dans, we have two Patties now. We have a bunch of the same names. So you need to make sure you just put both for the record so it's there. Actions on motions should all be recorded. You have to put the motions, you have to put debates and discussions are not recorded. Being the nurse, my background, that's a little gray area for me. I do not write the whole long detailed thing out. If I'm taking handwritten notes, yeah, I've got everything written down, everything that everybody said, you know, because I do a shorthand. But then I put the motion in the official minutes, but I might also put a sentence or two. If a discussion came up, I will put a sentence or two. I have in the past on more than one occasion, someone's called me and said, hey, who passed this and why did this happen? Why? Well, it's written there. And if it's not, I have it in my handwritten notes. I can go back to it. I can look it up and go, well, this was said, that was said, this happened, this transpired. We amended this, we amended that. We came with this deal. Oh, well, I wasn't even there. I was on vacation. So it's important to have it all written down because it is really hard to remember. When somebody calls 3 months later and says, why did that happen? And they were not there. This way you can at least see it written in your handwritten notes. Don't necessarily have to have it all written out on the official minutes. I'll put a sentence or two just to clarify things. And just remember, this is a permanent legal record. It says you need to keep your electronic files backed up so you don't lose them. Also, it's important at the end of the year. I mean, I did my minutes. I printed them and made a copy of them, and I have them filed. At the end of the year, we took all of our minutes. They're in a binder, and they're in our Lions closet in our room because the binder is dated. It's a legal record. We have to keep it. I've been in that closet and looked back at records from 1933, so it's pretty cool to look back to see what was done, but we need to have them there. So just make sure you keep them backed up. And the club charter, we're lucky. Ours is hanging on the wall in our Lions meeting room. Club constitution and bylaws, I do carry them with me. I've never had to pull them out because we've been very blessed in our club. We have past district governors. We have members that have been members for 40 years. We have people, it wouldn't be me, but I think they've memorized them. So they know what's going on. But I carry them with me. I have them with me in my binder, just in case something came up, someone asked a question. Club history, I don't carry it. We have it on our website, so we don't need it. And like I said, we had a member that was a member for 68 years, so he was our historian. So he would be like, hey, this happened 40 years ago. We're like, great. Minutes of club board meetings. I know now our secretary just carries her laptop, but she's got access to it. She can probably get back into a file and she can pull up those minutes because if a question was from another meeting, she can pull that up and look at it. I like physical paper. I will carry the physical paper, whatever works for you, be it go into your laptop, pull up a file, or take the physical papers works. The annual reports, including the IRS Form 990, once again, our treasurer carries all of that because we don't have to do that because we're not secretary treasurer. But there are clubs, the secretary and treasurer are the same position. So you need to carry that with you. Roster of members, I carried that with me all the time also because some people might have come in and said, hey, my address changed, my phone number changed. And I would just pull out my roster, write it down real quick and change it, and then go into our roster and then go into the portal and change it when I got home. And a roster is also, I was taught, send it out every month. And I don't really think you need to send it out every month. I only think you need to update it and send it out to all the members if you get a new member, because then they're going to want to know the new member's phone number, their email address, or be able to text them or call them or email them if they want to get a hold of them. So it's a good idea if you get a new member, update that roster and just send it to the members. And this, your attendance, I'd like to say required, but I'd like to say recommended. It's a whole lot better. At all club functions, I think it's important for your officers to be at your club functions, to be at your service projects, to be at your fundraisers. You're not going to know what's going on or what to report to the club or to help the president with or to see what needs to be changed or modified if you're not at your club functions. Some of them your president might not be able to attend. But if your secretary is there, your treasurer is there, one of your other officers is there, somebody's got a question, an issue comes up, somebody can have somebody who's in charge to lead or to ask questions. District events, I encourage those only because somebody invited me to go to a district cabinet meeting and I was like, why? Well, now I know why, because they pushed me forward into other leadership roles, but you find out other things. You get to meet other Lions. You get to hear about what the other clubs are doing, what their service projects are, what their fundraisers are. I think it makes a big difference. It's optional, but I would highly recommend it. You get to meet a lot of people. Multiple district events are the same thing. You meet so many Lions from so many other areas and you get to find out what they're doing. The Regional Lions Leadership Institute, I have attended that only because I moved up in leadership and moved up in training, but it's excellent for anybody to go to for leadership roles, to learn how to be a president, secretary, treasurer, to help you in your workplace. It's just great. It's bonding with other Lions once again and her hearing about their service and their projects and how engaged they are and how excited they are about Lions. It's wonderful. It's true. Everybody comes away from there going, wow, I should have done this a long time ago, or it changes you. I came home that weekend and Wayne's like, can she just shut up? Can she just be quiet? This is all she keeps talking. But it was great. I had a ball. USA Canada Leadership Forums. We attended our first one last year. They're held in different cities. It's usually over 3 or 4 days. You probably have 80 to 90 instructors and people and other Lions and international people who just come and they do training seminars. A lot of them also are just, I'd like to say, everyday Lions like all of us. It was really cool because you get to hear from them about their service projects, how they're treating cancer, what they're doing for vision, their hospital, the mission trips they've gone on. They share all these wonderful ideas and you get to have dinner with them and just hear them and hear the international presidents speak and the seminars. It was a really cool time. We're going back this year just because we met so many great people, but that's a really cool one too if you want to take a trip for a few days. This one this year is in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Hara, so we'll be along the boardwalk. Hope the weather's good. International conventions, I can't speak for because I have not been on any, but those are just as exciting, just as wonderful. That when you get to meet Lions from all over, from everywhere, and once again, hear all their stories and hear what they've done and how they've made change and how it's impacted them. The LCI webinars in Lions University, I've attended a lot of those. They're free, they're online. You can go in and take all the classes that you want. You can learn different things, and it does help you with the everyday. And here we are again on managed correspondence, be it whether it comes through the mail or comes through your email. Now, all correspondence coming to your club. I know a lot of the mail comes to our mail post-off boxes. I did get some mail at home from LCI, be it from Beacon Lodge, be it from Leader Dogs, be it from some of our organizations. The emails always come to our Lions email, but some clubs have a personal email. They have a Lions Club email. The secretary is usually responsible for that. We in our club just chose to keep it to 2 main people just so that we can answer those questions and get back to people. You should read and reply to all correspondence promptly, even if it's only to acknowledge that you received it, because there's going to be those times you get an email and go, I don't really know the answer to this. It's going to take me a few days to contact somebody, a few days to answer them. It's just really good practice to go, hey, I got your email. Give me a day or 2. I will get back to you. I'm checking into this or I'm looking into that. That way they know and it shows interest and you have responded to them. And also, if you get an email, I also have had to just pass it on to another committee member, or pass it on to the president, or pass it on to somebody else who's in charge of a project. Or like I know we had some emails come in, they wanted to build a new playground in town. And I passed them on to Steve, but since Bob Dixon, he's on the Pennsylvania Lions Foundation, I passed it on to him because he's like, hey, I can take care of this if they need a grant. So I kept him in the loop too. So it's also important to copy people on that need to be on that email that are going to help you. And file carefully. I'm a big one for this only because I'm not really computer stuff. I will put stuff in my computer, but I'm one who prints all my papers out. And I do have a little file box upstairs that's overstuffed, and I'm on my 3rd one now. But I want to be able to go to that paper and pull it out and not have to turn my computer on because I don't have my computer on all the time. Just keep everything in a file. I have everything labeled, be it medical equipment, be it service activities, be it fireworks donations, be it distribution of donations night, whatever I need. I keep all of that on file. Then if I have to pull out a liability paper or pull out an insurance paper or I can pull it out and go up. This is what I need. Or if somebody asks, I've got it right there and I can read it to them. But for the computer savvy people, they can go right into the computer. They pull up their file. They've also got it. So it's best, whatever works for you, which is best. And like I said, whatever works for you is best. Try to answer letters and emails quickly. This thank you right here, I was taught by Gary McKnight, of course, but I grew up doing this also. I know a lot of people probably did. A simple thank you. A simple thank you. I go to the dollar store. I buy there's 6 or 8 in a pack for $1. I'm like $1.25 now. I buy a pack of thank you cards. If anyone's helped me at a service project or a community resident's helped me at a service project, I send them a thank you. If someone has sent us a donation just because they came to one of our events, I send them a thank you. Anyone who's come to help at our carnival and it's been my booth or wherever, our volunteers, I send them a personal handwritten thank you. I've gotten so many comments from people. It's like, that just meant so much to me just to get a little thank you note from the Lions Club. So it's nice to say thank you to people. They appreciate it. Be on top of all your correspondence. Failure to answer correspondence punctually and not knowing where to find it are 2 mistakes made by inexperienced secretaries. In some cases, it can cost your organization money and members. There are people out there, and I was told a story by someone that an organization had contacted their Lions Club. They were going to give them a donation. Secretary didn't act on it. No one else acted on it. Well, they missed the time frame to take and apply for it, and they lost the money. And it could have been money for their club, money for them to do a project. The other one, missing out on members. This not only has to do with correspondence, it has to do with phone calls, because I get a lot of phone calls because our name's on the site, president, secretary. There's a story one time 2 years ago. I had talked to some gentleman at a blood drive, and he says, maybe I want to be a Lion, I don't know. I gave him my number, gave him a packet of paper. I'm in the stream on a rainy day, cleaning the stream. My phone is ringing. It's this gentleman. And I answered the phone. He goes, Patty, can you talk? I said, well, I'm in the stream and it's raining, but yes, stay on the phone. Because I talked to him and his wife joined our club. I right now just got another email again 3 days ago from 2 younger people. They're 26 and 27. They're in a club currently. They're looking to leave that club and to join ours. But because I answered them, they're going to come to our meeting and see what we're all about and think of transferring their membership. So it does make a difference to answer that phone call, answer that email, engage with those people. Even if you have to take and call them back or send a text message, just stay in contact with them. It makes a difference. It brings in members. It helps our organization. Does anybody have any questions or comments? I don't hear anything. On anything. I know it sounds like a lot of stuff. Probably the best thing, unfortunately, the way I learned was baptism by fire, because I don't want to say this like sexist, but I fought a bunch of men who didn't keep any records, didn't keep me any paperwork, did nothing, and went, well, here, Patty, just take the minutes. I went, okay. If it wasn't for Carrie McKnight in our club just calling me all the time and saying, hey, do this, do that, do this, do that. So rely heavily on your other members in your club, rely heavily on your past secretary, rely heavily on your other treasurer, your president. These guys have been members for a long time, the women too, they know their stuff. I can remember making phone calls all the time and asking questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. And nobody doesn't want to not take the time to help you. Everybody's here to help you, okay? Anything else?
Patty, I think what you're saying there too speaks well for clubs that set up some sort of a secretary's notebook or whatever that has a tickler, a month-by-month tickler. I know you said yours sounds pretty elaborate that you guys have put together, but even just a basic kind of thing that has like that month-by-month to-do list that that is going to be good for your club, and then maybe just a a binder that it's divided into some different sections based on the things that Patty's talked about.
Because we've done that. And we've also, I started it my year and we finished it. And it was a huge project because we have the big carnival. So that's a big, huge project for us. We asked every booth chair to write the whole thing that we needed to have done for that booth. And now, God forbid, if something happens, we can go to our file on our website, pull that out, and it's done. We've gotten it for, the president hasn't done it and the treasurer hasn't done it, but I know they have their books, they have their files, so that's what we need, Jess. And I know I used to just have a handwritten notebook and I wrote everything down every month and I kept checking. But little did I know I'd be secretary for 6 years and I all the time. I thought, well, this will be a year and I'll be done. No, that didn't happen.
No good job goes unpunished.
Yep. But I liked it. I had fun with being a nurse. I was just used to being organized and getting in there and just jumping in and taking over. And it did learn a lot. I mean, it's true. The secretary is probably the most important job in the whole entire club. You're the one who runs the club. Yes, the president is up there running the meetings and stuff, but I will tell you, the president's like, hey, what's next? What's next? What are we doing here? What are we doing there? So, yeah. But I had fun. Anything else? Don't forget, you can always call me. You can call Dennis, call any of us, rely on your members in your club.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks,
you for
Patty.
taking
It's been
time.
very
Yeah.
helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure if I run into anything, I will let you know.
Yep.
I think I have
Call
at
us
least
anytime.
four previous secretaries still in the club. So
So you're good.
I
Yep.
hope. I've already got them telling me,
And have
yeah, I don't like the portal.
Yeah,
Well,
have
I
you
didn't
been
like
on the
the
portal
portal
yet?
either.
I'm
Dana?
actually logged in right. I'm logged in right now. I didn't know if we needed to be in there for the training or
Oh, okay.
so.
But you're not designated as secretary yet, correct?
Yeah, no, I'm in there second vice president right now.
Okay, so yeah, when that changes over to the new year, that you'll be able to
Well, at
do
first I'll
more
get a lot
things
more
in the
stuff.
Lion portal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Jim's
what you
advice
could
was
do,
keep the 800 number close.
yeah, if you want to get
Yeah.
more familiar, you could have Jim put you in as the club administrator, and
Okay.
that would give you access to be able
Yeah.
to do most everything that the secretary can do.
Okay. So I can get in there ahead of time and look around. And I do
Yeah,
see
yeah.
there's some learning modules, so I'll take a look at those.
Yeah, yeah.
And Patty, for us, Denise, help Denise. Denise does all the stuff in the portal, but she'll sit with you and she'll show you because Denise has her name as the main secretary so that she can
Mhm.
just take care of that stuff. So you can just focus on the minutes. That's another
Okay.
thing too. Our club used to just have me, the secretary. Last year, we split it from our new secretary's idea, and she said, I think we need a co-secretary. So we have two secretaries because the one didn't want to do minutes and one didn't want to do the other stuff. So they have split the job and it has worked out great. It's done wonderful. Yeah, they've tag teamed and it's done really well for the club. Yep. So
And I
Patty,
would
you'll have a lot of
encourage,
help.
I mentioned the
Thank
district
you.
administrator. I would encourage every club to assign that position so that the secretary is not the only one who's familiar with how to navigate through the Lion
Right.
portal. You have a backup just in case something happens for some reason.
Because I know Carrie was always our club administrator and now they turned it over to me. So we have a couple of people, so we're good, but I'll put that in the notes. Thanks, Dennis. All righty. Anything else?
Nope, that's it, Patty. It's been very helpful. Thank
Okay,
you.
well, thank you.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
All righty.
Okay,
Best of luck, guys.
thanks. Bye-bye.
You'll be a secretary for life now. That's all I have to say. Thanks, Dennis.
You bet.